Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, you know we love it. This is Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, this is where we come from. Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, you know we love it. This is Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, this is where we come from. Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, you know we love it. This is Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, this is where we come from. You know we like it. This is Lagos, you know we love it. This is Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, this is where we come from. Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, you know we love it. This is Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, this is where we come from. Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, you know we love it. This is Lagos, you know we like it. This is Lagos, this is where we come from.
Lagosians are hardworking people. Lagos is striving because of its undying entrepreneurial spirit. However, we must realize that there are no shortcuts to success. The challenges we face today as a state are good enough ingredients to bring out the best of all of us. Together, we shall push forward and not look back. With our hands firmly on the plow, we will work hard to tackle poverty, ignorance, and social decadence in our state.
It was the very first shot at a formal speech as the 14th Executive Governor of Lagos State. Terse and gritty, it was a speech that has set the agenda for the administration, especially in the last 100 days. From that very first day, it was obvious that the new administration of His Excellency, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, was clear about its vision and the strategies to be adopted in consolidating on the progress recorded in the state during the last 16 years. In its drive to run an inclusive government as promised, the administration intensely embarked on engagement of various stakeholders. It was kick-started with Governor Ambode's meeting with the permanent secretaries in public service the day after he was sworn in. This was to chart the way forward for the service and, of course, the state. The meeting was then extended to the executive secretaries of the 57 local government and local council development areas, including civil servants, kick against indisciplined KAI officers, and last-mile officials, to strengthen the existing relationships between the state and the international community. Governor Ambode, from his very early days in office, received high-caliber dignitaries such as the Namibian President, His Excellency Hage Geingob, ambassadors of France, South Africa, Ireland, and the United States of America, including members of the US Congress. He also hosted the British, Indian, and Australian High Commissioners at various times.
This is a historic moment for Lagos and also Namibia. You've been the first president that will be visiting this new administration. So Namibia is going to receive that first invitation to set up with commercial activities in Lagos, and we will be willing and ready to give whatever assistance that Namibia may require to have a base in Lagos. I want to also let you know that Lagos is the smallest state amongst the 36 states in the country, but it remains the commercial capital of Nigeria. The economy of Lagos, it more or less propels the activities of Nigeria as a whole. So we believe strongly that the economy of Namibia needs expansion, and where you're looking for a friendly location to put further investments, Lagos should just be your first choice. The people of Lagos are entrepreneur in spirit. We have the business community that is also ready to expand its frontiers to other parts of the continent. I believe strongly in the African Renaissance. I believe very strongly that we need to start, relating as brothers and sisters, and that the economic potentials of Africa is about to be unleashed to the world. We believe strongly also that emerging economies that we are seeing is focusing more on Africa.
As I said, I'm here on a very important visit to Nigeria. That is to signify first the importance of Nigeria to Africa and to the world. Nigeria is the powerhouse of Africa. So all of us, when things go right in Nigeria, are happy. We talk about NEPAD, we talk about all kinds of programs, but Labour's plan of action that he actually offered is what's going to unite Africa tomorrow.
Governor Ambode also received members of the Island Club, the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, representatives of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and a team from the United Kingdom Department. The visit of the governor himself to the State's Police Command on Friday, 5th of June, underscores the importance and priority it accords the safety and security of the people. The move is to strengthen the collaboration and cooperation existing between the state and the police. Similarly, community development committees and the neighborhood watch personnel were met on their roles in ensuring peaceful coexistence among the various groups. This was part of efforts at improving security at the local level and to strengthen community policing.
I am delighted to meet with gallant officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force, Lagos State Command. Military records, you have held sway in providing security and guaranteeing the safety of lives and properties in our dear state. And it is most appreciated that I express my heartfelt appreciation to all of you, individually and collectively. As I aspire to further transform this geographical space to a sought-after destination for residents, tourists, and investors across the globe, I sincerely seek the continued support, dedication, and gallantry of officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force. Together, we can, and I assume you will play your part with uncommon zeal and passion. It is heartwarming to reveal that my predecessor in office, former Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, subscribed to an additional group life scheme for all of you. That initiative, apparently born out of the hazards associated with your profession, was intended to complement the federal government policy. To date, the approved insurance compensation is for senior police officers 2 million, inspectors 1.5 million, and then the rank and file 1 million. Given that the scheme, which covers death and permanent disability, is almost 16 years old, one cannot but agree that the compensation value has become grossly inadequate. Therefore, in fulfillment of our resolve to sustain, improve, and consolidate on past attainments, I am pleased to announce the upward review of the compensation value as follows. Senior police officers 5 million, inspectors 3 million, and rank and file 2 million respectively. This will take immediate effect. On our part, we assure you that we shall always put your concerns and constraints in the front burner.
True to its promise that Lagos is open for greater business and to retain and improve on Lagos's position as the preferred investment destination in Africa, Governor Kilmi Ambode hosted Alhaji Aliko Dangote, private investors in Lagos, and the Dubai investors led by Professor Pat Utoni. On Wednesday, 22nd of July, it was the turn of Domestic and Sexual Violence Response Team and other stakeholders to meet with the government. Governor Ambode charged victims to speak out as he assured of his administration's commitment to enforce the 2007 law on domestic violence and sexual abuse.
At this juncture, I wish to particularly seek your support and cooperation in facilitating the strict enforcement of the Lagos State Law on Protection Against Violence, established in 2007, as well as the criminal laws of Lagos State 2011 that deal with issues of domestic violence against women and rape. By doing that, we will be sending a strong signal of zero tolerance to such barbaric acts and also conveying a message of assurance to our women of our commitment to their protection. I consider it compelling to again seek your robust partnership and collaboration as we advance the cause for a safe and secure Lagos State. As 21st century police officers, you are expected to scale up your skills and professional conduct in a manner that the citizens will see you as true friends who will not compromise integrity and forthrightness.
As an example of running an administration that is compassionate and a government that cares for people's welfare, Governor ONABANJO identified with victims of petrol tanker-induced fire accidents at ONABANJO and Igbe-Idimu. Apart from offering words of comfort, his administration gave out 30 million naira as financial support to alleviate the burden of the victims of the Ibaja accident. 369 victims of the Idimu accident were rehabilitated at the Igondo Rehabilitation Center. They also received 100,000 naira each. Beyond that, the administration summoned a meeting with the drivers of petrol tankers and other stakeholders on Monday, 8th June. This event, which dwelt on the urgent need to end the ugly incident of petrol tankers related accident and its attendant losses, ended with a renewed commitment by the tanker drivers to ensure safety of lives and properties as they go about their businesses. Before the meeting with tanker drivers and other stakeholders, Governor ONABANJO did the proclamation of the 8th Legislative Assembly. The event, which is in line with the spirit and tenets of democratic governance and the separation of powers, effectively kicked off legislative proceedings at the Lagos State House of Assembly. On Sunday, 12th of July 2015, this year's edition of the annual tree planting campaign was organized. The administration, in line with the spirit of continuity in government, mobilized stakeholders for that exercise. The event also demonstrates the will of the government to take responsible actions towards protecting citizens from the negative consequences associated with global warming. On Friday, 31st of July, the administration facilitated the signing of an agreement between the leaders of Sangros Market in Lagos Island and Messrs. DHB Construction Limited. By the agreement, the ultra-modern infrastructure befitting the state's position as a mega city would soon emerge at the site of the market. In order to rejuvenate and strengthen the service delivery capacity of the public service, the administration embarked on extensive restructuring of the public service. Ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, were realigned or merged to streamline their various functions. The new Office of Overseas Affairs and Investment, Lagos Global, and the Office of Civic Engagement have been created under the governor's and deputy governor's offices respectively. The administration also established the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. Again, from the 1st of September 2015, the administration began the operation of a single treasury account to ensure transparency and accountability, as well as to address the challenges associated with the operation of multiple account system. This restructuring was capped with the appointment and swearing in of 19 new permanent secretaries on Wednesday, 5th of August. The permanent secretaries have been holding forth, keeping the wheel of governance moving at a steady pace. In order to sustain and improve on the gains already made in the transportation sector, Governor Ambode embarked on inspection of various traffic choke points across the state. This took him and his entourage to 3rd Mainland Bridge, Oronshoki, Ketu, Abulegba, Alimosho, Mile 12, Dokbemu, Apapa, and Mile 2. The inspection tour also took the administration to such projects as the Tejosho Market in Surulere, Apapa, Lekki and Aja axis in Etiosa, the Daliko Market Road, Palm Avenue, and Ladipo in Mushin. Governor Ambode then met with 57 tank farm operators in Apapa on Wednesday, 8th of July, to find solutions to the hectic traffic along that axis. Through the Lagos State Public Works Corporation, the Ejigbo-Ikotun Road is now undergoing rehabilitation. The desire to have first-hand experience of projects also took the administration on inspection to the ongoing upgrading and expansion of the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, along with other projects at the Badagry axis, Bariga, Ikpaja, and Oshodi. The release of 11 billion naira paid as a bond for personnel that retired from the mainstream, parastatals and local government services has offset pension arrears owed since 2010. The payment has brought an end to the suffering of the pensioners and empowered them to leave.
I retired on 1st July 2012. It's a thing of joy. One, that I'm alive. I thank God for it. Though from time to time I felt bad, but today it's a different case. I thank God for everything. I also thank the government for remembering us. It has not taken long, the new government came into place. Maybe because he was once a civil servant and he knew and still knows how civil servants feel when you don't have money. We need money because you need to eat, you need to meet up with your family engagements. Maybe that was why he hastened up this. And we are grateful to him and all his workers because he did not do it alone. Because people did their work at the appropriate time. I think that is why we are here today.
So, August 2011, I've been given parts of my bond certificate. So I've been paid some of my money, but there was a sort of difference between it. So I wasn't given all my entitlements. So I'm now coming back to collect the remaining. Some up for him. I thank him for what he has been doing, for putting smiles in the faces of the retirees. And I pray that God Almighty will continue to be with him and see him through all his years in Lagos State.
Governor Akinwumi Ambode's milk of kindness flowed towards Mrs. Ruth Uche, the mother of 3 sets of twins, whose husband absconded. His administration not only provided welfare for her, it also united the couple together. Also, the administration intervened in the case of baby Oluwajomiloju Ogunbimu, the 2015 Baby of the Year, who was diagnosed with a heart defect. The baby underwent a successful surgery in India on the bill of the state government.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And God will bless you more and more. God of heaven will open more ways for you. More power to your head. God bless you more and more.
Governor Ambode's administration ended his first 100 days in office on a very strong note with the commissioning and handing over of projects and various equipment. The first was the Onikon Youth Center, reconstructed by PZ Cousin Foundation. On Monday, 31st of August 2015, he presented 10 utility vehicles and 10 power bikes to the Lagos State Police Command. These included 5 vehicles donated by Elizade Nigeria Limited to the state. However, 100 power bikes, including 100 squad cars for a soon-to-be-introduced Special Operations Service, were all acquired. The presentation was followed by the handing over of 20 mobile intensive care units and 26 ambulances to strengthen the state's ambulance service.
We are launching the free ambulance service as a demonstration of our commitment to that pledge.
This is also in consonance with this administration's mantra of running a government of continuity with improvement. I recall with much satisfaction the great strides we have witnessed in the health sector in the last 16 years. The idea of this free ambulance service is born out of our desire to bring quality health service closer to our people, particularly those in emergency situations or conditions. We are commencing this service firstly with 26 transport ambulances, which will be stationed at our 26 general hospitals within the state for easy access. In addition to this, we have restructured the state emergency ambulance services and increased the fleet of our new mobile intensive care units by 20, bringing the total number to 33 mobile intensive care units. This will widen the coverage of our services beyond the metropolis to the hinterlands within the state. We have constructed 14 new ambulance points and also renovated the 11 existing points with the new cubicles and bay models to bring the total to 25 ambulance points across the state. We have invested a lot of efforts in improving the health sector in our state. The objective of this program is to give community health back to our people through a primary health care service that works every hour of the day and every day of the week. All our general hospitals will now have new mobile X-ray machines to reduce the cost of patients doing X-ray outside the hospitals. Additional equipment are on the way. Other components of this program which we have set in motion include the upgrading of the infrastructure, the facilities and services of the Ekpe, Badagry, Ikorodu, Alimosho and Bagada General Hospitals, as well as Lekki and Amuwo Odofin Maternal and Child Centers to international standard.
The administration's belief in excellent service delivery necessitated the setting up of the Committee of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries. The distinguished retired personnel are to serve as policy advisors and a think tank on governance to the administration. This would enable the administration to tap from their wealth of experience. The same day, the clinic's healthcare and ultra-modern diagnostic center was inaugurated at Amuwo Odofin. The initiative, a private sector participation in healthcare, has opened additional window for provision of reliable healthcare services to a lot of people. Also, 2,400 life jackets were presented to the Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA, as part of efforts to ensure safety of lives of the people that patronize water transportation. Again, the administration approved the appointment of 1,300 new teachers into public primary schools. This is to ensure a balanced workforce of teachers. For the past 100 days, Governor Akinwumi Ambodi's administration has left no one in doubt about its determination to run an open government of inclusion that would not leave anyone behind. Without doubt, this has been the guiding principle since it came into power. By keeping faith with the promise, there is every cause to hope that the administration is capable of living up to its campaign promises to consolidate on the achievements of its predecessors.
You know we like it. This is Lagos. You know we love it.